I'm using my new microphone. Hopefully things are balanced all right. Um, First stream means I haven't streamed in a while. Um, Weird, my chat just did a new because apparently stream started. Sure, I'm still working. There we go. Okay, let me put some stuff in Discord really quick. Tell people that I'm streaming and water marbling today. This is a water marbling design that I have had in my back pocket for 2 years basically because I figured it out in the process for figuring out my St. Patrick's Day nails the year before last in 2019. And then I already had a design on nails that I was going to use. So I said, I'll do it next year. And then the next year, I forgot. And I did something else really slapdash like the night before St. Patrick's Day because I ran out of time and I didn't have time to water marble. And that was not my favorite manicure. But anyway, uh, days the so finish copying link. Do do do. Go. All right. Awesome. I think that's good. Yes, very good. Um, yeah. So I already took off my polish. I had French manicure on last week because my nails were a little short. They're right about where I like them, where they're just past length. Already pushed back my cuticles, but I need to wipe down my nails with acetone. And then these are the focus on this closer. Oh, it's on autofocus right now. Well then, let me adjust the light. Um, you can't really see the color difference there as much as I can in person. There's a photo that I took of this. My goodness, the difference is, well, here, let me see if I can get a little bit. There we go. Now you can see the two colors. So this is Zoya, Wyatt, and Essie off Tropic, um, marbled together as like a clover, right? This one doesn't have top coat on it, so it's a little bit hard catching up the different. But there you can see it. Perfect. Very good. Um, Clover design. So I need to count the rings and see how many rings I'm doing. Um, and then it looks like the middle was off Tropic, and then it had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. There's a lot of rings to this. These spread really well. There's one that I not original different. Goodness. There you go. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're doing clovery green things. Hopefully it'll be able to pick up the color difference in the water. But anyway, we're just going to do a and do a little bit of testing for the number of rings or we put this on. Yep. I'm not going to be marbling every nail. I think I'm going to be marbling these 2 nails on each hand with 1 clover each and maybe the thumb. And then the other 2 nails, I think solid. Like one of them's going to be off Tropic, one is going to be Wyatt. Or maybe I'll have one off Tropic, one Wyatt, and one hand will be one color, and then the other hand will be the other color. Yeah. So far, it looks like good. I'm gonna be seeing if the video quality is better after this too, because I did mess with my settings. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so let's get to dripping and deciding. Get the water marble tool out as well, just so we don't have to fuss around. Before we get going. Yes. Voila. And I have some cotton rounds here that I'm going to be using to wipe off the tool in between as needed. Don't need this. Don't need this. Okay, cool. So it looks like I'm just going to count the off Tropic because that's the one in the middle. So that's the end of the round, right? So that's 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, 9 rounds. And then I started with off Tropic on this one as well. How many did I say that was? Oh my goodness, I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then one more. And then with this one, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the clover in the middle is too large for my nails. And then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it looks like there's a little bit of bleeding in here. So what we're gonna do is try starting with off Tropic and then doing 9 rounds after that, or starting with Wyatt and doing 10 rounds total. So let's start with the 10 rounds total first. Get that out of the way. Have to clear the water, actually. I'm just gonna round and out again. This water sitting stuff. Okay. Okay. 1. A bottle. Take it up. Round. Round. Toward the edge of the cup a little bit. 4. Oh, good. You can see that. We're okay. Brown. Browns. Rounds. See, now 9 rounds was the one where the middle ended up too big. You see how it's still spreading a little bit? Going for. Sorry, my head is behind the camera pole. The only angle I could get, like, top-down view without it completely covering my face when I sit up. I apologize, but that's as good as I could get it. Completely moving everything. Okay, so then on my tests, I went out 1, 2, 3 rings ish, and I did pulling to the center, as 6, right? So this to the middle. I'm trying to remember how I did the pattern, because uh the dimples in the clovers, I didn't go all the way to the middle. Um, this is too many. I wanted to make a shamrock instead of a. Okay, that's fine. I'll still test it with that petal. All right, so rather than the middle, pull. So the petal. See, these 2 petals turned out good. That one is too fat because I didn't do the triangular arrangement that I should have. And that even is a little bit big. I'm wondering if this vessel might be a little bit too large. This is the cup I normally water marble in, but I'm not going to be dipping multiple nails in it. Oh, hello, Quila. Good evening. Um, I might end up switching to a smaller cup because I don't want to waste all of this edge ring polish. Um, this is Zoya Wyatt, the lighter green, and Essie off Tropic is the darker green. And the end design is going to look that clover thing. I did this test like 2 years ago though, so I'm trying to remember exactly what I did. And all of that good stuff. Um, yeah, this is too big. So let me go get a smaller container that I can use. Here. No. I'll be right back. Because I don't wanna polish, especially since my off Tropic halfway down, and it's gonna be real annoying. Quite so much. So, you're right. Good. Okay. This is smaller. Measuring cup from James's coffee pour over kit. Doesn't use because he weighs his coffee instead. And it is a lot smaller, but it is still big enough to dip one in. So I'm gonna switch to Saturday. We're still gonna out. And I'll get more water out of this big cup if I need to refill as we go. Okay. Uh, I had some paper cups that I used. I know my friend Colette uses a 5-ounce paper cup, but I don't have any more. And I normally use the mug because I normally want to dip multiple nails. But yeah. Let's try it in this little one. Just a tiny bit. A little bit wobbly, so I just gotta make sure I don't knock it too much on the side. And get the cat out of the way. Okay. Let's clear the surface with some polish. I expected. The last water marble that I did was for Thanksgiving year before last or something like that. It's been a while. I might have done one recently. It's the last one I off the top. So we don't know how the rings work at all now. So let's just find out. Starting with Wyatt. The cats are having a tussle. They just ran into my Helmer. Goodness gracious. Can you hear them? Oh man. Chased each other over underneath the table. The grumps. Since this is a lot smaller, I'm gonna try and zoom you a bit. Stamping is fun. I don't have um I do have some stamping plates for Clovers. That's what I did the year before last. Oh my god. Well, I didn't spill any polish. That's a good thing. Oh, wow. I don't even know what I did. Did I drop the bottle? Somehow. Got some polish on my finger, but it's not a disaster. We just got some water here to wipe up. Oh my goodness. What a mood. Okay. Hang on. Or something. Boy. Green. I think I want to try to put something underneath the handle so it doesn't. Or maybe have the handle pointing away from me rather than to the side. Just so that it doesn't have a chance to quite that. This is obviously here to catch spills, so I'm not too worried about like the polish being there. Like, whatever. I'll clean it up later. But I don't want the water. Because it'll be fighty. There we go. That's better. Yes, indeed. This wooden tray table that I have the miracle mat on was custom made. I had it made by a shop on Etsy with an epoxy coating. I don't have any cotton balls right now, is the problem. I only have the cotton pads. But I had them do an acetone resistant epoxy coating on the wood so that even if I spill acetone, it's gonna be okay. And I can clean up any polish spillage pretty easy. Even if it goes off of the mat. Okay, so let's put some more water in here. Let's this, right? Can I put a sideways bottle underneath? Is that the right height? Yes, perfect. Beautiful, but now you can't see it, so I'm going to move it closer to me with the same little support there. We go. Look, now if I knock it, it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Let's try again, shall we? Do I? This one, no, it's kind of in my way. Okay. Try again, right? Let's see. Hey, Wyatt. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. F, I think that said it was hard to see. Caught it right at the tail end. Okay, and then let's see. Tropic. Yes. I wanted something that would be more visually appealing than like a stainless steel something. You know, wood definitely is more in my aesthetic than metal. We have 1, 2, spread, it seems. Little dude. Be bigger, please. Jostle, jostle. There it goes. Oh no. I feel like the lighting is too dark now for some reason. After it. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, which is less than before. So let's try doing the little 3 and making it more this time. For the right. And then go in. Divot the petal. That left a little spot. That one is better, but it's big. Petal. That petal's also okay. Weird. Nope, that's very wonky. I need to get better. Better at my trisecting the beginning of it. Let me look at my I did for. Okay, so I did only 2 rings out for the. Okay, so I'm starting too far out for the intermediary petal dips. And that's giving me too much polish momentum behind my stick. Okay, I know what to change on the next try. Let's try and adjust these colors real quick before I do that, though. There we go. Now you can see. No, I'm not going to make it into a decal. I'm going to dip into it with my nail like that. Except, base coat and protection, and it will be pretty instead of like a big mess. Okay. It was because it was on auto exposure for some reason, and it got tricked by the white balance when I moved things around. I just need to take it off of auto and tell it what I wanted it to be. Almost. A little bit more. Okay. That's fine. All right, let's get this out of the water. Do another round. This time with less pausing in between for talking. And with more quick drawing and with more precise placement. All right, here we go. 1. My God, polish strip. Let's go. There it is. 2. Oh, I'm just gonna off Tropic. It a lot faster. 1 round, 2 round, 3. Spreading. And then that one. Up. We'll stick with round 5, I think. 6 did start getting a little bit weird. Uh, okay. So then we're going to try. Okay, so the points here are where our initial lines for evenness' sake. And oh my god, it's supposed to be stuck to the edge all the way. Then we're gonna go 2 rings. Perfect. 2 rings out, and we're gonna come in straight down. Also perfect. Very good. And then 1. Hey, that's not too shabby. I am. Now the question is, would that fit on my finger? I think it's a little bit big. So I think we might need to do 1 more round to bring that center in just a little bit smaller. Because my thumb, like, I think that would fit on my thumb, right? But on my ring finger, it would be a little bit unrecognizable. The texture's good, though, for the drawing. So, let's do 6 rounds and see how that turns out. There it is. Cotton. All right. Let's get a little bit more water in here so that we have a consistent height. That's one of the things when you're water marbling. If you change the amount of water in the cup, like you're dipping out, and it's removing water, that can change the circumference of your cup, and that can change the look of the design. Because you're fitting more stripes into a narrower area, you know? Okay, so 6 rounds. Here we go. 1. 2. Okay. Red. There it goes. Then 1 more round. We might end up starting with off Tropic and doing 5.5 rounds if this ends up too squoogey. Okay, so then going around the circle, 1, 3, placement of thirds. So then starting on the edge, it's a little thick. See, now I'm losing that petal. It's good that it's smaller, but it's so much smaller that that petal got eaten completely. Yeah, I think 5.5 is going to be the ticket. So we're going to start with Off Tropic. Instead of starting with Wyatt. It's still drawable, that's good. Okay, so starting with off Tropic. So we're doing 5 rounds, starting with Wyatt. 1, 2, 4, 5. I was waiting for that dot to spread just strip. And then there's the last of the 5th ring. Okay, so we let that spread a little bit in the middle. Spread, little dude, spread. There we go. We're gonna get some shrinks. Yeah, they're spreading really well. So that's 1, 2, and that's where we're gonna be drawing center. That helps me with my balance. So far, so even. Pretty good, pretty good. Cool. That's okay. This is really thick, this green ring here for some reason. This side looks good. It's weird. The last one was too small. This one feels like it's too big. I feel like we might need to do 6 rings and just be more patient with the center spread on the last strip. Because this indicates to me that there's more space for more rings. Right, this thickness here in the middle. And that's the same size as the last one we did that was only 5. Practice makes better. Not perfect, but better. Yeah, they're drawing really nicely. They're not gumming up on me or getting weird and sticky when I'm trying to draw my design. Excuse me. Okay. Try again. We're gonna be doing fully set of 6, so starting with Wyatt again. 1, 2, 3. Here. Still part of round 4. 4. Rip on. Go. Tap and shake a little bit. Spread a little bit. Spread, watching it spread, letting it spread. Letting that spread before I draw it. Tapping it a little bit. A little bit. Jostle. There we go. Okay. So that's a little bit better on the middle bit than the last one. Oh, is Ember here? Yeah. Whenever she shows up behind me, she gets or is Char up on the cat of both cats. I don't know. If she ever comes, I have a pillow right here next to me, and then that turns into a cat cam. Because I know she's much more interesting to look at than. And that's okay. And in the middle. Good. Oh. Oh, it's very good. That is pretty perfect. Still a little bit big though. Ah. I might have to end up. Gosh. But why? My goodness. Hmm. When I pulled it to the side, I did pull that first string pretty much completely onto the sides of the cup. So, you know, I just need to not do that. And I need to let it be. Okay. So I think we're ready to attempt to start doing things on the nails, which means we need to decide what colors are going on our nails. I think I am only going to stick to just these 2 fingers on each hand as water marble, and then we're going to do these as plain colors. I think I'm going to do trying to decide pinky as Wyatt, index as off Tropic, pinky as Wyatt, or thumb as Wyatt on this hand, and then reverse on this hand. So let's get some acetone really quickly. While I'm painting, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can sound better. Back in the marble bits. Leave the pretty marble sitting in the cup there while I paint the base color and all that. We're going to be using Double Bond from Vibrant Vinyls as my base coat today. Decided what top coat we're using, but we don't have to decide that now, right? And figure it out at the end. I'm probably going to use Peach Beach, the Vibrant Vinyls top coat. I might use my lovely glisten and glow top coat too. It just depends on how thick my nails feel. If they feel thicker, I tend to use the Vibrant Vinyls one because that's a thinner top coat, so it makes my overall nail not too thick. And when they're thinner, I tend to go for glisten and glow because it's a thicker top coat and it structurally supported if they need it. But sometimes I just want to smell peaches too, or whatever. The Vibrant Vinyls top coat scratches slightly more easily than the glisten and glow. That's kind of part of it too. You know what? I am gonna angle this down slightly so I can put my hand in a more position. I have autofocus on still, I think. Please yell at me if focus is not doing what it needs to do. No, this is an unscented version of the base coat. It comes in scented options, but I just got the unscented one because I wanted to not have it clash with any top coat that I might choose to put on it. I really love the Glisten and Glow base coat too. But this one is a hybrid with a ridge filler, and I have a couple of slightly flaky places on my nail right now that I want to smooth out. Okay, the other James's typing is very fast and staccato, and I have my microphone settings attempting to muffle some of that background noise as much as I could without it clipping into my voice. I do have a scented, root beer scented base coat from another brand, the Anchor and Heart Mermaid Tears base coat, and you can smell the root beeriness, even when it's just the base coat. So it doesn't vanish. And then there was another one from Linby Designs that came some, it was part of like that the Cal box one year from Linby Designs, and that one has a scent to it. Same deal. Yes. The typing's not bad. It's just when you know, if he's like playing a game or talking to friends on his microphone, sometimes it's stressful. You know, but his free time is the same as my free time. Be able to do. Did you say I don't enjoy typing? Oh. He's building a better keyboard at work so that he will enjoy his typing more quietly. Sure. Fast. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Pinky. Oh, I didn't update my stream title. What does my stream title say? I should fix that. Hang on. Let's fix that. Testing mic, please ignore. Oh, that's helpful. Okay. This is St. Patrick's Day. Clover. Water marble. Add tag. Nail art. I think it would save it from the last time because it saves everything else. Oops. Oh, I just ran an ad. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no. I totally didn't mean to click that button. It's 30 seconds long. People on YouTube who get to see me mocking myself for that. Wow. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Well, that's all right. I'm not doing anything important right now. Waiting for Grace Coat. Okay. So that side. I'm gonna be putting on polish. This thumb. Have this thumb be. Has it been 30 seconds yet? Are you back from my unintentional commercial break that I accidentally clicked on? I'm so sorry. All of the nails that are getting water marbled on are getting Wyatt as a base coat as well. I'm gonna be keeping either all kinds of weird things. My klutzy hands today. Whatever. And to do. Goodness. Ah. Okay. The nails that are water marbling are only getting one coat because that's pretty opaque enough that it doesn't other one. You could get this opaque in one coat on the other nails if you're really careful. Really careful. But I don't worry about being that careful. I'd rather just put on a second coat. Try to make the first one perfect. You know what? I think I might just do Wyatt on all of my nails and not do the accent of off Tropic. Just because this is a slightly lighter green and pretty diamond nails. So that's all my sidewalls though today. Boy, look at it. The cleanups for though. it's easier in a time saving have to do cleanup. It's easier for a mental sanity while painting way to, whatever. Second hand. Benefit of having my mic on a different thing that used to make a weird noise when the camera, because the camera. Hopefully that did not make a weird noise. The only thing was breathing. I have a song in my head, James. You what song is that? Christmas color. Yes, that's true. Either in combination with one another or separately. I did a poinsettia water marble years ago that turned out really good. One of my most, like, exactly how you envisioned it in your brain manicures, right? That I've ever done. First time I tried the Tropic polish matte top coat, I think, too. Fell in love with it. Excellent. The one thing that I have found with top coat is I bought some refill bottles of it, and they have completely out. Something about the seal on the top of them wasn't closed. I did revive one. I added thinner to it and took it all up again. And I'm gonna have to do that with the two. But oh my goodness, I went to refill my bottle and it was like, oh well, sorry. Too bad. This is no go. I think it's because, I mean, it's a quick dry mat, and I must have just not tightened the squeezy tops. Oh, it all escaped. Yeah, I know. It was no. But the new one seemingly, like, I like cleared out the nozzle and like retightened it and everything, and since I restored its liquidness, I guess, it has maintained the texture in the build. So I think it was just because I didn't have it tightened all the way. But oof. Okay. And Pinky. Stupid Pinky. Beautiful. Always wants to come in on that side. Fight my best beautiful training effort. Back, back, back. Always. Way. Middle finger does that too, actually. Side. So All right. Second coat on this hand. Go. Oh, my big cat is snoring behind me. I don't know if you can hear her. She just went. Very cute, but also kind of gross. Over. See me. Definitely needs some cuticle cleanup, but whatever. She's hitting me with her paw. Doing, big cat. Doing. Yes, you. You, the big cat. He says, howls in his sleep. Oh my goodness. He must be dreaming. Anytime pets twitch in their sleep, you know, wonder what they're dreaming about. Like if their dreams work the same as ours, where they just are processing stuff, you know. When I was in high school and the beginning of college, I had a dog named Zoe, and his eyebrows would twitch, and his lips would twitch like he was growling at things in his sleep. And I was just sure that he was visualizing. Oh, that's funny. Um, Visualizing chasing some sort of squirrel or whatever, you know. I don't know if you ever chased a squirrel. We didn't have very many squirrels in our yard. Maybe a bird. Oh my. This is it ginger ale or ginger ale? Reed's brand. Ginger ale. It's zero carb, sugar free sort of. It's very gingery. It's very good. British Racing Green. Right, that's this shade. Pretty sure. Mm. I'm a bit. I always am trying my hardest not to hit this sidewall because I always do. It's like a personal challenge every time, and it's so hit or miss, quite literally. Oh, I said I was only going to do one coat on the nails that were getting more. I forgot to do that on my first. So I guess we're just painting everybody's coats. Oh well. Hey, I didn't hit that sidewall. Yay! All victories. Okay. So, there's the green that I'm gonna obviously because it's actually hard to tell because the light's washing it. But um yeah, well that's why one of the reasons that I prefer painting my nails facing this way as opposed to like down on the table like this, like a lot of people do. I don't know, I feel like it gives me better control over what I'm seeing and what I'm doing than if I'm down on the table. Okay. Latex. We're only dipping, like I said, these two nails. So we only need to latex those two nails. Time when it comes to latex, just so we don't stick ourselves together. The liquid latex that suggests in the YouTube channel. I got the green one because I'm green. Next time I would probably not get the green one because it does very mildly stain my skin if I leave it on. um, so get a like Colette uses where it goes like white, pearly white or something like that, you know. Fun colors are fun, but and it's not like I'm replacing this latex anytime soon. I have a pretty big tub of it. Still in the meanwhile. Originally marketed as like a latex body paint. So imagine you were like Alphaba or something for Halloween, and then you were done being Alphaba for Halloween, and then you stained everywhere. That would not be fun. What? It is plugged in. What? No, it is plugged in. Help! It's telling me that my computer is not plugged in, and apparently it's not. Oh my goodness. Let's fix that. Your battery is running low. There we go. There we go. Ugh, but look, I just ruined this nail to save her, so we're gonna have to repaint my index nail there, right? That's the yes, green nails and everything. Green shirt too. Tell that I like green. My user flare on Reddit Lacaristas subreddit uh is it's so easy, which is a twist on classic Kermit the Frogs. Yeah. If I start defying gravity, call 911. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this divot without having to repaint the whole thing. I'm gonna lick my pinky and kind of smooth it over a little bit. And then I'm just gonna go back over that section of nail with a bit of color because I am gonna top coat that. And it will smooth out. Sure. Arm no foul. Need to stretch my leg. Oh. And while we're doing that, this water. Bye. See, that could be a decal, but well, he was all crumpled up before I realized that would be. I don't know why she's not on pillow. This big cat. Normally here. Oh. So let's start dripping some polish here. We said that it was 6 rounds. 6 rounds. Okay, so starting with Wyatt. Oh. Okay, let's do it. 3, I forgot to. I know, RIP, but we'll make more. Don't you worry. We'll. Her? Did. There we go. Okay. That drip took a second. Okay. Drop here into 1, 3, draw. Well, the size is full. Perfect. All right. Let's dip a finger. Let's do middle. Go. And middle finger. There. Blowing on the surface of the water. Still a little wet, so don't pull it out. Surface clear. Otherwise, we'll get stuff. Over. Yeah, you can see the clover. The stripes aren't super evident around the clover, but that's okay. Let's zoom you in a little bit. Oh no, the lighting. It might be shiny to see very well. It's definitely there. And it's definitely a clover. Like I said, it's less stripy. Zoom back a little bit on what? Oh, on the water marble cup? Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. Okay, so there. Now we can see the cup better. I'm wondering. We got a bubble that we're gonna have to press flat when it dries. But that's okay. This doesn't look as, like I said, as stripy as the dips, just because my nail fit. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have dipped two nails and done the one next to it with the stripies. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I kind of don't want just the stripies, so we're just gonna leave it as it is. And hopefully it'll turn out all right. We're gonna take the latex off of this. So separating around from the polish, making sure that broken edge and X. Break apart. There we go. Much less messy than if I dipped my whole finger in. Okay, let's do the next nail. Next nail. Ooh. Three. Four. Spread, please. No. Break. Drop. There we go. Okay. Again, we're making sure that it's connected. We're getting rid of the polish that's stuck to it. Hair that's on it. There we go. That's better. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Center points to draw from, and then oh, yeah. Nope. Right. So this clover has the point toward the top. We're gonna do that again. I was telling James this the other day, but our downstairs neighbors have a kid and she's getting old enough now that you can hear her talking some cute little baby voice. Uh, oh, darn it. I missed the down. We do get some of that green. It's too Now, here's the question. Do we marble all of our nails and intentionally offset them and pretend that that was on purpose? Or do we... I like the stripiness at the edge. Kind of wish this one had more stripiness, to be honest. I feel like I might just want to take both of these off again, to be totally frank. Because this one doesn't have enough stripiness and this one is off center. Ah! Yep, we're gonna do that. Been sitting on this design for 2 years. I'm not gonna settle for no thanks. Okay. I am gonna redo the latex here though, because this is, if I leave that on and try to take the polish off, it's gonna get all weird underneath. It's okay though. Like, I like the color variation here. It's not picking up well on camera because it's too shiny. But you can see two colors more distinctly on that nail. Excuse me. Okay, let's get rid of that. And let's take these off. The green that's underneath my nails here uh is just going to stay there because it's going to come back up underneath there when I dip next time anyway. So these nails are not going to look very pretty until the green covers that up again, but you know, they will when it's all done. Okay. Let's... Sorry, I'm just getting some cotton fuzzies out from... I told you there's a little flaky section here on my nail. It's getting cotton fuzzies stuck in it, so I'm just getting them out. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I might be out of frame a little bit here. Let's bring it down. There we go. And while we're waiting for this polish to dry, we're gonna put latex on this hand. We're gonna marble one that already has polish on it. Okay. Okay. Liquid latex. Oh gosh. About a week. I usually do them every weekend. And they last pretty well in the in-between. I used to try to go for longer than that, but my cuticle growth, it annoys me. By actually around day 5, I'm kind of like itchy from how much new nail there is showing at the base. But I keep it for the rest of the week. My bottle here is a bit low. I need to refill it from a big jug, but not. I think I'm just one finger at a time with the latex on this hand because this is the hand I'm going to be using to hold the brushes of the polishes while I'm dripping them, and I don't want to stick my fingers together. That sucks. I'm sorry. Um, Yeah, the longest lasting base coat on me is the Glisten and Glow base coat. This ridge filling one, sometimes I will get like one chip on like day 6 or 7, but it's not actually that common for me for that to happen. I will sometimes more often have a little bit of lifting uh right along the edge of a nail or something, and I can feel that it's lifting, but it doesn't actually chip. Like on day 7. Like I said, this has more of a ridge element to it, and it acts. It's slightly brightening as well. Um, the Glisten and Glow one has like a blue tint to it that doesn't really show up. It just shows up as clear. But this one in the bottle, it's got like a little bit more milky looking. And that does translate to the nail a little bit. It's like a blurring effect almost. So that's the base coat I prefer when I'm doing like French manicure or something. I might do the second coat on those, but probably not. Probably just let that dry and back to it. So, out of the way. And there's some stuff on the water here. Okay. Starting Wyatt. Ooh. Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah. Do you one thing that I've found really helps with adhesion is if I use a cuticle remover right before I put my base coat on. Um Not just because of the cuticle removingness, but there's something about it that I think balances the pH on your nail plate too or something. When I first started doing nail stuff, where it needs to be, that's okay. Um okay, so then this is gonna be round 6. Um my nail polish used to just peel off in one big sheet. Or I was using a sticky base coat. And then Orly Bonder was the first sticky base coat that I tried, and I liked that for a while. And then something about the formula, it wasn't working the same, and I don't know if they changed the formula or what. But I just, I tried the Glisten and Glow base coat, and it worked really well, and the Orly stopped being as good for some reason, and so switched to the Glisten and Glow, and I have not found one that lasts more smooth, effective on me than that one. Okay. And out of the way. This one needs to third one. There we go. That's better. You know what? Actually, the prep and dry doesn't work as well on me as just the base coat by itself. When I've used it, it's actually decreased my wear time. But again, everybody's nails are different. Right. If I'm wearing like a plain manicure, I'm fine taking it off sooner than that even. Just things like this when I'm like doing my nails for, a long time where I want it to stay and last. And I do off center to the side. It doesn't bother me too much. See all three of the leaves of the clover. I'll have to see how the other ones come out before I decide how angry at that I am. I'm not as mad at it as either of the other two that I did first. Turn back around. So I'll go up on the nail and split it. Okay. Split the latex. Gosh, don't stick on the nail. Don't do that. Okay. That's cute. As an overall nail, I'm not mad at that. Okay, let's adjust the focus of this back again where it should be. And let's latex. You know what? I am going to put a second coat on these other nails on this hand just because those are the nails that are peeling, and thicker amounts of polish equals more protection from bending. I want more protection from bending, so real quick, slapping that. It's so much easier to paint off camera. Look at that. It's flawless. Oh my goodness. Okay. So then latex on ring finger. Big ol' lump right there. Applying latex is not the most fascinating thing, but it is kind of fun to do, you know, on yourself. Paulette does this uh water marble tape combination with she does like the latex and the tape when she water marbles. And I have tried tape by itself and I've tried latex by itself. I was going to try the combination today, but I don't have any regular Scotch tape apparently in the house. I know that I got some to replace the one I used up at Christmas time, but I think it's in the trunk of my car. Parked out in a cold night. I decided to do latex today. Try the tape. Good. Get slightly closer to the wall. How old is your daughter, Quila? 90s. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay. I can I can or it's a little bit more aggressive. Tropic. So that ring once this finishes spreading. Right. Okay. Sometimes a pushy polish can help a slightly more shy polish. Both of them are not bad though. You know, they work pretty well. Bottom. Oh, Hey. The only beef that I have with this is that this ring is so wide that there's no way we're going to see this ring of the off tropic, right? We're just gonna get that lighter color around the clover like we did on the first nail that we did. And that's not what I'm looking for. So I think we might have to just say goodbye to this clover and try another one. Even though the clover itself is good, right? Because this is too wide. I know it's too wide. That's wider than the width of my nail. So rather than getting mad at it after it's on our nails, we're going to say goodbye to it right now. Okay, try again. One. Okay, we need to clear the surface better. That's too wonky. I can understand why. I just that all in one fell swoop. Opportunity to stretch my leg again. Show off the big cat. Can you see? That cute big. Oh, ooh. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5. Oh, come on. 5. 6. Okay, so we want this to spread, but we don't want it to spread too much because then it will be too thick after this last drop. Or before this last drop, or next to this last drop, or whatever. Right? Okay. We want the last drop to spread. One, three, one, three. Same issue here. Ugh. Nope. It just looks like a flower I dipped too deep in the middle. It's okay. I just gotta try again. I'm gonna flatten the bubbles on this nail really quick while I'm thinking about it. Look cool. Gosh, I should have gotten it out before I started. I might just have to use my finger. Let's take this out of the cup. Oh, it's not. It's not dry yet. Ugh. I thought I waited long enough messing with my other nail, but apparently not. Trying to scrape the extra polish off the side there. Just so the edge here. Alright. Try again. Actually, second half of 2. This is 3. center is too small. Yeah, looks like you can kind of see it overlapping. It's turning tiny, but it's way too small compared to the big stripe next to it, though. I need to tap it at a different part, I think. I need to... Yeah. There's something about the timing. It's not quite right. Maybe it's getting colder. My water getting colder? Maybe that's stopping the spread of the... It is getting late. Yeah, it is a flower again. That's because after I did the petals, I saw that it was too small and I dipped in the center a couple of times. Okay. Kinda. Okay. We'll wipe off to placed. Okay. Again. Every time I clear it out, it okay. Let's try and make sure that we're getting full red all the way around. I'm actually gonna use that as my first one, I think. Even though it was a little bit warm. Not actually fine, and that did ensure that Wyatt got all the way to the edges evenly. Two. Three. The 4. Oh. I feel like I want to draw in it right now. But I know that these rings are going to continue expanding, and I know I'm going to regret it if I do, because that middle ring is already... See, look, it's too wide already. Okay, so we are going to go for the 6. Try to do a slightly smaller drop. Wyatt for that second to last blob, and a larger blob of Tropic. And I do want it to spread a little bit more. I want off Tropic drop in bigger. This is more even though. That's good. Third. Okay. So then we points. Okay. Okay. We're gonna dip. We're gonna try that one. It's less dramatic of ring around. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of patience involved in water marbling. And we're gonna try to center it further. There's more layering here than there, so we're gonna try to center it a little bit further so that we get more striping. Excuse me. Oh no, I feel like I might have accidentally just hit my nail with the tool. I hope I didn't. See what we have. That's not as clear as the first one. It's a little bit more nebulous on the edges, which normally indicates that there's too much polish in the cup, but none of the others has made it like that, so I don't know why that. It's offset in almost the same way as the other one. Can't see that. You can see over there, this one is a lot more blended together. We'll come back to it. I'm gonna do the other hand. We might be redoing that now. Or we might just be doing a little bit of polish surgery on the edges of the interior petals to make them look a little sharper. I need to think about it and decide. Oh, well, nope. I just decided my latex stuck on the nail, and that means that this... Because it just ruined the edge. Boo. You right there? I stole that term from Paulette, I think. Polish surgery. She is the water marbling queen. My Simple Little Pleasures on YouTube. She's been doing live streams on Twitch here too for a couple of years, and hanging out with her is fun. Unity. Yeah. It's gonna go. But we're not gonna take it off right now. We're just gonna go forward into these two nails. So that we can... I don't know. Continue to improve our technique. Having to hold this upside down to get latex out. It's getting real low. I'm not gonna go up quite as high on my fingers. Oh, Big Cat's standing up. What you doing, Big Cat? Oh, she's gonna come sit on her pillow. Means that we're gonna get cat cam. Yay. There she is. The big cat pillow queen. What a sweetie. Pull that down just a little bit so we can feet. She is a pretty kitty. Very elegant. And she's got the most dainty little ankles you've ever seen, which she crosses ever so prissily. But as I like to tell James, both of our cats are very dumb in their own ways. Like Big Cat, her name is Ember, but we call her Big Cat. She's elegant and like very prowess hunter, right? Of her cat toys, and I'm sure when she was an outdoor cat before we got her, she also killed other things in real life. But she also really loves plastic bags and like nuzzling up against them and licking them. And she jumps at nothing, like the definition of a scaredy cat. Yes, I'm talking. Whereas Char is just an idiot in more blatant ways. Tears around the house like a maniac. He yells at socks. Likes to lie upside down in your arms like a little baby. That's just cute, though. You okay? I definitely refilled the latex thing. That might influence decision about the polish surgery versus redoing. I don't want to dip it again because I have no more latex. Gosh. I bumped on my nail, but I can push that back. Watermark set off of no big deal. For a second, and we marble the middle nail that has latex on it. Well, I hope for latex to self brush there. Alright. Ooh. 4. One, two, three, four. Drop 5. That means drops. Minimize size. Wyatt drop. Oh, she sleeps. Maximize the size. Tropic. Okay. Anchor. 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 Okay, that's not a bad size. Points here. Okay, and then we're gonna go this way first. Oh gosh. See, the thing with water marbling is the design that you get is not the design that's actually on the top of the water, it's the design that's on the bottom of the water. Which is why the water marble decal situation works sometimes better. Because you see the pattern on the top, and that's exactly the pattern that you get when you dip. Okay, so we're actually going to turn it this time. So that, oh. Keep that level, shall we? Need to draw all separations again. Okay. So I want that part to be at the top. Where my is. Waiting for the polish to dry after you dip. Yeah, thank you for being nervous for me. You don't need to be. I'm enjoying the process, even though not every nail is getting up. Okay. I'm okay. Okay, so that one has a little bit of the shadowing that happened on this finger again, but you can see the marble. Which I think means that we're going to be doing color surgery on that. Just to darken up that, because I think it didn't break through. That's what happens when I that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the underside of the polish, right? Like the Wyatt ring uh didn't allow the off tropic ring to actually hit the water, and so it's filtering the off tropic color through the Wyatt color, that very center ring, which is why it's not as dark on the snail. I like the placement though, and you can see it looks a little bit more like a flower without the sharpness of the darker design in the middle. So that's probably going to be polish surgery. I'm thinking that both of those two are going to be polished. just because my latex is low, and I think I'm gonna deal with that. Okay. That's okay. See, there we go. Slide down. Off properly. Okay. And see, I didn't really need to go that high because you feel is great. And fully expecting a break. Come on. Go. Here. Get out of my knuckle. Hard on. There we go. Like I said, the placement's good. It's pretty much dead center on my nail. I just give it the definition that it's. Okay, let's clear this. Actually, let's turn this back where it was so that we bump into it again. Okay. We haven't lost too much water height in these dips. So that's a... All right. One. Two. Dripped twice there. Glad I didn't. 3. 4. Waiting for the drip to spread helps to prevent it from doing the thing that happened on the ring on the middle nail just now. The only difficulty is I wanted that lighter green ring not to spread as much. So I didn't try to spread it, but then it obviously spread enough. 5. Oh, come on, drip. Let's go. Sit. This is, I don't know why that middle ring does that, where it just is so much wider. It didn't do that at the beginning of testing, and I'm sure it has something to do with the water temperature, but I can't. Ooh, that middle ring. Look how much bigger it just got. See if that actually does us. Middle. This I think just might be big. There we go. To see how this one side gargantuan. Yeah, that just happened. R.I.P. flower. Wyatt. She's so droopy. Can't even see her head. Like, she's drooping down so far. From my angle, you can see her little smile. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. So cute. There we go. Here. You feel like the droopy cat. Oh, well. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. I will definitely post pictures once I'm done. Um, Probably not tonight. I'll probably take the pictures tomorrow. Because, gotta sort through and find what I like the best. That's actually why the last nail art that I streamed didn't get put up a month later onto YouTube because I wanted to put a photo of it as the thumbnail. Um, I hadn't ruined which picture I wanted to post of it yet. Good night. Um, so I just didn't post it until after I finally did that. Gosh, not there. That got real wonky, but the middle part is the part we need. that can stay good, then I think it'll be okay. Two, three, four, five. That's drop 5 of Wyatt. The feeling of latex touching on a bottle and off, it's just so distinct. Being real intentional about that drip there, seeing if I can make sure that it's breaking. Ooh, got two, but it looks okay. Ooh. Not too weird. Normally I use Q-tips to clean out the water. Maybe that's why the water is staying higher this time, because I'm not using Q-tips. Kind of frustrating having the polish to dry, though. I think I'm gonna use that round. See, look how clean out everything very quick. One, two, three. See, that's very even. Sorry, I'm just watching it expand. Rip. One, two, three, four. Okay, one. Jocely. Okay, I think good. Not to be too dramatic with marking of the 3 points because it does little trying to be really careful with it. Not to distort so much that it like looks pointing in that. I also want to follow the original points as much as I can to preserve the balance. Okay, good. We're getting some good stripage, guys. Good. All right, let's try to shrink. Go together. Ooh, guy. Yes. Okay. Point. Go. And then a bubble on the. Ooh. I had bigger nails. A lot of those bigger ones worked out just fine. I am gonna have to fix that top bit, but it's not bad. You know, I've got almost like an inversion. It looks like the clover is the later part because the middle part blended together. But I think I can demarcate it again. A little bit of polish surgery, so I think we'll be okay. We do have some surgery to do though. So this is done. Let's get the water out of the way. Uh, Adjust this angle and polish cap. Camera boom is right in. Look at her setting her face on the thing so sweetly. People used to do this. Just kill out. And get gunk all over my tweezers. Like I know you can, but just it bothers me. mostly okay. I am gonna move this to not have it in front of my. Okay. Now I can work over it instead of through it. Okay, so what we want to do, we need to get a palette here. Use lid. We're gonna get a tiny paintbrush. I don't know where this brush is from. It is very, very thin and small. And it's a little bit wobblier than we need, so I think I'll get one of the curly brushes. Yeah. This is a little bit shorter. Roll placement slightly better. So for this first that we already pressed the bubbles flat, that's where we're gonna start, and make sure that there's not any. Right here, there's a place where English separated a little bit. Bubble base color peek through when it was coming out of the water. Touch that up there. Pretty good though. I'm not gonna do too much there. So then on this nail, we need to. We're actually gonna start with the Wyatt color, I think, because we need to fix the place where I banged into it. Then we need to make the middle petals a bit darker. I see that because of the colors. I don't know. It's hard to. Doesn't even. Over. Thank you. You can see that so much better in person. It actually stands out like the clover now. So that's good. Oh, big cat, stop it. Tried to get up onto James's desk. He's not allowed to do that. That'll smooth out with top coat, okay. These are going to show way better in pictures than they are on the video, guys. Sorry to anybody watching. Okay, let's flatten these bubbles. So this edge into quick, I think the lift beautiful edge here kind of pulled some of the polish away from its home. Okay, so same thing for this one. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of uh mix of tint for this edge piece here. Of the these two separate blended together. That's together. That's together. Means how can that be together? But it is. Yeah. Dark bits. This needs to be separated. Oh, the cat's gone. I forgot. Bring you back over here. Okay. So this next. So that's gonna come here. Okay. That outlining. That's a globe. Eh. All of this. There was a little bit of. Does the place actually? Rare. trying to design. Like, I made that edge a little bit too crisp. Soften a little bit. Okay. I'm more happy with. Oh, like, okay, let's top coat this and see how it turns out. Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is top coat and then going around the nail and getting rid of excess polish. Because top coat soften all the stuff with the cuticle scoop that I use. I'm gonna use the vibrant top coat. The glisten peach beach. Yes. Well, do I want the, or do I want the wild moth? And yes. Here's what I buy: the cuticle scoop. Oh, hair on. Hair right. I have to do a coat to smooth that out. Don't want to stroke it too much. I'm afraid I might get into the polish. It might smooth out when it dries. Clearing out your nose. I come back to enough. Yeah, I'm gonna do a second coat there. That's okay. So then do coat on the nails on this hand, and then line on. They kept coming around. Big cat. Spot for you to be. Careful. Mmm. That. Cute as can be. I banged into the Thankfully. That was too far. Good. Just smooth. Kind of what we were. Right here. Not as or the these two is hilarious. Apparently, goes slightly too high and slightly too correct. I down a little. I guess to the left, it's upside. A little bit dark. Hey, the music was like, feel this. Didn't full of pain. First impression, like, okay, not nuanced. That's fine. I thought that bubble was gonna pop, but it didn't pop. It's just a bubble now. Paste in top. Huh. Never seen that happen before. How weird. That one. So you can see the design a lot better. But that one bubble did pop there and lighter color through. Oh well. bit of time. Oh, cuticle line. Well, the other one looks fine. I think I'm gonna add a second coat just to those. I don't think these ones need it. They're pretty smooth. Okay. Clean it brush. Let's close these polishes. Hey? Want to see what the new fill line on this is. Quite a bit of it. Love ya. We got our little dish of acetone here. Here's our cleanup brush. We need some Q-tip for the big stuff too. Oh, for the big stuff first. Angle of my camera. I am gonna go in slightly closer with the brush. Get them pretty. Hello. Hey! Oh, thank you for letting me know. Um, thanks for peeking in. I totally didn't see you. I was so focused on cleanup. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. 2, 3. Since you said that, I feel like I missed you. Didn't say hi. Okay, good. I am using my new microphone and I have some noise cancellation settings on. Try to get rid of some of the background noise, and I have uh the setting, like I was probably talking too low. I was muttering to myself, compared to projecting so that my voice is loud enough to not get caught by the filter. How was your Hollow Knight stuffs? So much polish. This is just frustrating that the colors don't show up on the camera here as well as I'd like. I'm gonna try to get zoomed in a little closer with a different light angle after I finish up, so you guys can hopefully get a better view. I think, like I said earlier, it's gonna photograph a lot better. Yeah, good. I'm glad. I think it's gonna photograph a lot better than the video is showing because the two greens are both darker greens, but they are different from each other, and being able to get the light settings photo is gonna be slightly better. I'm really glad I actually remembered to do this year though. I totally meant to last year and then I forgot until it was, I don't know. I was like freehanding some other like shamrocky stuff and like horseshoes and whatever on my hands and in a very slapdash haphazard way, and then I was like, oh crap, I was gonna do water marble. Oh well, next year. So this is next year. Okay. 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 Ready for the brush. Side, round, joke from Jeff John. I need a little bit of dry skin, otherwise it's gonna drive me crazy. It has a bit of green polish stuck to it, and he's gonna let go of it. There's a little bit of dry skin right down in there. There we go, got it. Yeah, I see. I am gonna probably leave this glossy. I feel like the to your ear somehow, right? Then with playing Smash. He's probably playing Bravely Second. Yeah, you know what? But that's okay though. You know, I went I went to your channel the other day and you have all of the St. Patrick's Day water marbles like at the top of the homepage. All of the St. Patrick's Day nail art, a lot of which are marbles. So it's not like there is a dearth of them available for people to reference. Are you gonna have the white one that you just finished on still on Wednesday, or are you gonna have another nail stream before then? Can't believe that bubble didn't pop when I top coated it. I'm gonna have to try to zoom you in to see it because it's really weird. It's like the bubble was there before I put the top coat on. Otherwise, I would have sworn that it was a bubble in the top coat based on the way it looks. But I saw it there before I put the top coat on, and then it's still there. So I don't know what's going on. It's funky. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was very convenient. And then anyone who says, "Hey, you doing a water marble? Blah 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 for St. Patrick's Day," you can tell them, "Hey, on my homepage, there's a whole bunch." Okay, this weekend. So you will be white and flaky filled all week. Oh no. This Sunday is before Wednesday. Oh my god, my brain. Sorry. Today is Friday. Well, in all technicality, it's already Saturday, but whatever, who cares? All right, that's as good as that hand is getting. Let me see if I can zoom you in on the bubble that I'm talking about. I had to do some polish surgery here, so are like slightly less color. Right. Yeah, that is a bubble in the water marble itself that did not pop. Oh, did you? Oh no. I had to duck out because I was going to Craze's house for my writing group, and I was already late. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that little bubble there, but he lives there, and then that's where a regular bubble did pop. So whatever. Let's clean the. Yes, valid. I feel the same way. It's not tomorrow until I go to bed, and then I wake up, and then it's. That's right. This pinky's cooperating pretty well with its cuticle line today, all things considered. Oh, but the stem? By the stem. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It looks like a bubble in the top coat, but I know that it's not. It's a bubble in the actual water marble. And it stayed a bubble instead of popping. But it just is there. That pinky turned out great. Normally I'm like all fussed about the cuticle shape of this stupid pinky because it wants to like push in on this side more than it should. But look at it. It's so even. That's funky. I don't know. Green under. Okay. A little bit of staining on that cuticle from the green that got way up in there, but it'll come off when I wash my hands. Photograph it. This nail is the one that least surgery. However, it is also the most off center. So, you know, you can't have it all. Have it anyway. Okay. When I can see the polish through the like eponychium skin and I know that it's hiding underneath, like, get out. Some people's eponychium, like the nail transition, is smoother and flatter, and mine just is not. Like a little cliff, right? It's like it goes down and like a stair step sort of a situation. James's are a lot flatter. Partial. Not like really, but like I wish I had flatter ones because it'd be easier to clean and get polish away from them. Mining expedition. Okay, that looked good. Index and the mining cavernously or the wishing you had flatter ones or both. Right. It's just so glossy. The smooth. The smooth. I find myself adjusting my volume as if my microphone is in my camera. I used to do that because my microphone was in my camera. And I have to remember that my microphone is not there anymore. So it's not like half an inch away from my mouth. It's over there. Okay. That looks good. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's get a close up and then we will be done. So we're gonna thumb and these two are just plain green. So we're gonna do kind of a situation. Silver dudes. This one doesn't have as much of the rings around the outside showing. but it is like the most centered of the ones we did. These are the, let me show you the test page that I did for it like 2 years ago. Did I drop it there? Big Cat came through here earlier and talked. Gosh, I don't know where the one with top coat went, but obviously that one's not as balanced of a clover, but that's the main idea. So the rings around the outside don't get as, like, you can see them on this one, but the light. There we go now. Both them are like slightly that way. So, I would give myself a B minus, C plus on making the nails look like the visualization that I had. But I do like them, so I'm not mad. Just, no, you know the struggle. Brain.